Let's see an example of using the Use Case Manager version 3.0 to improve the posture of my QRadar system without spending a penny. Let me actually take the default template, and if you've seen the previous videos on this series, you'll recall that I have I don't want this view, I have 831 rules already. But let's take a look at this UL that we have in here. If we pull this option here, there's only one option, which is actually pretty good, current and potential. Let me click on it because this chart is really interesting. Let's forget about this on the right. I'm going to do a separate video on it. Let's focus in here and ignore MITRE. There are other videos for MITRE in this series. But this is telling me, well, for example, on Microsoft Windows, you have 388 rules installed out of those 831. It's pretty good. But notice that there are 133 additional. I want to see what's in there. So when I click there, I get that icon, that indication that I have a filter to apply, and I can either apply it here. If you don't get this thing, you can always click here on this refresh button. But if I click on this icon and to apply that filter, on that button rather, I have one item, which is, let me actually, well, I can even eliminate the graph and see this data, and just for Microsoft, that's the only thing I click. I could have clicked in, control click and click in several, but this is just what I'm focused on. And there are a couple of packages here I don't have. And let's say I'm interested in ransomware. And there are 2 rules. I have UBA as well, so this is good. Let me actually see what this rule looks like. Well, it works with a rule and a building block that has 2 reference sets. That's actually pretty good. I can even see the details of the reference set. And apparently there is, indication. This is Windows logs, attempt to access an object. And there is a reference set that this thing is going to populate with indications of file changes. That's actually pretty good. And not when something has been whitelisted in this reference set. So it's actually pretty good. I like this. I want to add this to my system, again, without spending a penny. So all I need to do is click on that package, and this is going into because I have the assistant app is taking me there, and all I need to do is click here, install. I accept the terms, and this is going to be installing. I'm going to pause the video until that completes. That didn't take long at all, and I can look at the documentation here, click here, view, and see more documentation about it. But I think I've seen enough. Let's actually go back to the Use Case Manager and refresh this thing. So if I go back here, and I'm going to click actually on this refresh coverage button. You remember correctly, I had 388 before. Now I have 390 with those 2 additional rules. Just out of curiosity, I want to see that rule in here, so I'm going to click here to get rid of that chart. I'm going to remove this filter because I already have this should be actually installed. And what I'm going to search for, and here are all those rules. Let me actually search for ransomware. So here are all the rules that I have working with Microsoft Windows log sources, and I should have content extension name. Let me click here on assign. Yep, here it is. Let's actually take a look at this rule. Yep, and now it shows enable here. I have it. it should have populated this reference set. So let me actually go into my nice reference data management app and search for access, and here we have it. These are all the items that are added into. These are the type of elements in the logs that indicate that I have changed or modified a particular file from the Windows logs. If I go back to the use case manager, this is where I was. Let's say that I begin to use this rule and I get some things that are modifications that are a false positive. Well, all I need to do is go and add those into this whitelist reference set, and voila, I have improved my posture on ransomware by just taking information that was or rules that were available for me to use with this simple chart. I encourage you to go with the use case manager and go in here and see out of the stuff that you already have. You're not consuming more EPSs. You're not really spending any more money here. All you are doing is, how can I better leverage all the beautiful rules and content extensions and you know, custom properties and all the goodies, all the I don't need to do any of that. I can go with this particular nice chart and fish into the App Exchange for how can I make my QRadar a better system.